Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight, the 14th of August 2015, on the eve of one of the Christendom's greatest celebrations and days, is the Dormition of the Holy Mother of God, Panagia, equally on par with St. Nicholas. Both saints are the most important also for the Greek shipping industry. Hundreds of ships and thousands of boats are named after St. Nicholas, Agios Nikolas, and Panagia, the Holy Mother of God. Now, the news, the markets remained unstable as we have foreseen long time ago. The BDI, the Baltic Dry Index, was up just 9 points at 1,055 points, but overall since last week it's down 145 points to, it was standing at 1,200, so it's a very big drop. That corresponds in a percentage of 50.1% or 1,119 points since the closing of December 2013, standing at 2,274 points. Where are the gurus? Where are the analysts to tell us otherwise? If you go back and you see the relentless advice we gave you about, and we call it relentless advice because nobody could ever believe that, but this is now reality of what's going to happen. Okay? Now, be careful, be on caution. The markets are not what you or others are expecting. The markets are very unstable. The BCI, the Baltic Cape Index, was up 9 points, 1,804 points, which overall a great drop of 628 points from 2,512. The BPI, our favorite size, up 3 points at 1,057, and overall 36 points since last week's 1,021. The BSI up just 4 points at 905, just 1 point up since last week's 904. And finally, the last of the dry index with just 1 point up, the BHSI at 449 points, which is on the other hand up 11 points since last week's 438 points. The wets, the BDI, stable. The dirty cargoes at 673, an overall drop of 40 points since last week, 713. And finally, the BCTI, the clean cargoes, plus 4 points at 680, but minus 17 points since last week's 697. The price of oil, just below the $43. Very, very tough times for the oil exporters. You know what I mean. Sanctions bite. Politics, dirty politics, if you like it, you know, it's the dirty, the crude, you know, the oil bites too. That's very important. Now, coming to geopolitics, of course, still the focus on Greece, a very important result in Greece. The third MOU, the Memorandum of Understanding, was voted in the Greek Parliament. The rebels of the ruling party, Syriza, had their day. There's a very cautious period, you know, things are not as expected, and again, despite the fact that people are sort of discussing elections, this is a very grave mistake to think or imagine. The best thing for Greece is to be ruled for 10 years by a team of aristos, to streamline the country, and then the field will be open for elections. Okay, this is very important. On the other hand, we have this animosity against Greece because, you know, Europe has skeleton in their cupboards. Mr. Schäuble and the rest of you all, you've got this skeletons in your cupboard, and this is very, very important. Thanks that behind the curtains, from what we hear and what we imagine, of course, the United States of America are standing behind Greece, and this is very, very good and positive, the trust that the superpower is showing us. Other news, Ukraine, not to say more conflagration there. This is not nice. China, the figures are not nice, are not correct, as we might say, from what they expected is down. Japan with the celebrations, let's call it, you know, in 66-99 of the 2 atomic bombs there in Nagasaki and Hiroshima. Abe is good for Abenomics, but warnomics too is very important. You know, people cannot say straight sorry or just nothing. You know, this is very important. This, of course, upsets other nations in the region, but, well, in a war, you know, in love and in war, everything is permissible. So both sides, you know, they have done across this atrocities, and this is all about war. So the rest of war, it's important, but let's be serious. Who doesn't do atrocities? Okay, so let's leave it behind the past. Let's look for a better future and avoid verbalism and blah blah just to keep the public happy. This is not on. Okay. Iran now has, to come to terms. The Western world is giving them a chance. This is the last chance. But equally, Israel has the right to defend itself. Okay? Now, an important issue which still unfolds, the Greek drama and in general the Mediterranean drama on migrants. Okay? Turkey must be brought on the dock. And it's really upsetting us, some of us being Greeks, to see various foreign ministers, the last one who wasn't pleased with the Greek response, the foreign minister of Austria, he should go and see what happens in Turkey. And this is very, very important. The Turks are allowing the traffickers. There are over 1 million in the region there trying to cross over from the war-torn Syria and other regions. So before you name Greece and the Greek regimes, it's best to see what Turkey is doing and allowing all those migrants to leave the shore. From where they come from. Do they come from Mars? So it's best, because when Vienna was under siege from the Ottomans, you did well know that the rest of the world has helped you. It's your turn now to help this region to be stabilized. Okay? So, and then we can have a valse in Vienna. Now, other issues, of course. The MH37 flight and the MH17 flight, these are very, very important issues. And let's see what has really happened. ISIS, we have to get rid of them. It is too much trouble there, Good news, the Star and Stripes are flying top of the mast in the new American embassy in Havana. Your man in Havana will be soon there. On the other side, we'd like to see also Donald Trump behave himself, but, well, it's Hillary who gets that Hillary is gonna make it, You have to be very respectful, Donald Trump, with women, That's very, very important. Pleased to see that in the World Economic Forum, two of our good friends, Danae Bezentakou and Dionysia Avgeronopoulou, were there. They are present and defending Greece's interest in business developments to all fronts. And this is very, very important for all of us. So, we have to see what is going to, to happen. We still invite you to come to the Greek islands, that's in the Mediterranean region, to support the Greeks in these difficult times. So we call it islands. Of course, you can go to Portugal, Spain, south of France, Italy, the Adriatic Sea, and Greece, the islands. Why not to Turkey? We have nothing to, to be afraid of our neighbors there. But we must support the view of the Greek islands. On another note, for faraway tourism, and see how business are performing there, is good to see, and go to Singapore, which just had a great celebration for their anniversary there. This is John Faraclas from allaboutshipping.co.uk in Athens, wishing you a lovely long weekend. Over and out.